Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Shakur Stevenson, he missed weight the other day, and the Mexican fans are letting him have it. At least from my comment section, because those are the comments that I'm referring to. For better or worse, whenever I want to know what any fans are saying, from Canelo fans to anyone else, all I have to do is read the comments in my comment section. Because decafs often use the exact same talking points. Maybe they heard someone else say it and then they run with it. So like I said, the Mexican fans, they're really letting Shakur Stevenson have it for not making weight. They actually wanted me to go in even harder on Shakur Stevenson for not making weight when I made my video reporting this news. Now, there's a lot to unpack right here, but let's start by saying this. What makes this whole situation when it comes to Mexicans really going after Shakur Stevenson for not making weight, what makes the whole situation so ironic is the fact that Shakur Stevenson has been going out of his way to praise Mexican fighters like Canelo Alvarez, Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez, and white fighters like Tyson Fury, saying Tyson Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. I mean, Shakur Stevenson even dissed me just to defend Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez. And keep in mind, after that, Shakur Stevenson later on, he went on his Instagram and he said that he should be the fighter of the year. So he told his fans to vote for him. Guess who ESPN gave the mid-year Fighter of the Year award to? They gave it to Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez. They gave Bam Bam Rodriguez the Men's Fighter of the Year, the mid-year award. And after Shakur Stevenson said that Tyson Fury will beat Muhammad Ali, and he went on the DAZN show and debated with them, saying that he can't see any heavyweight in the history of the sport beating Tyson Fury. So when Shakur Stevenson was a candidate for Boxer of the Year, guess who he was going up against? Tyson Fury. And guess who they gave it to? You guessed it, Tyson Fury. So what I'm saying is, all this praising that Shakur Stevenson has did, praising Bam Bam Rodriguez, Canelo Alvarez, and Tyson Fury, why aren't the Mexican fans giving Shakur Stevenson the Mexican pass? We're going to get deeper into that. And the reason why it's important to include Tyson Fury's name with the other two Mexican fighters is because when Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, 99% of all of the racist comments that I got celebrating Tyson Fury's win wasn't from white Brits, it was from Mexican fans. These are the comments that they were posting on my videos, which means if they were posting them on my videos, they were posting these comments everywhere on the internet. And I'm only showing you guys a couple of the comments on this video. So here's my point. If Shakur Stevenson has made all of these concessions, he's sacrificed so much to praise Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez, even dissing DBN. Wouldn't you think that that would be enough for the Mexican fans to give Shakur Stevenson a pass? After all, these are the same fans that defended Canelo Alvarez when he tested positive for steroids. And when I say they defended him, I'm talking about at least 98% of the Mexican fans defended Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo said he's not fighting against any Mexican fighters, and he hasn't fought any of the best black fighters in over 4 years. And he's not even going to fight Bivol in a rematch, which I'm predicting right now. So that means Canelo Alvarez, he won't fight the best Mexican fighters, the best black fighters, or even the best European fighters. When remember, before he lost to Bivol, he used to be pound for pound the best fighter in the world against European fighters. He can't even claim that title anymore. And yet, the Mexican fans, they still ride or die with Canelo Alvarez, and they're still willing to go down with the sinking ship. But when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, they're posting comments like this. And this is your best fighter, this is your king, and he can't even make weight, etc., etc., etc. And I'm only going off of, once again, the comments that were posted on my channel. Obviously, like I said, you know, decafs always have the same talking points. So if they're saying it on my channel, obviously they're saying it everywhere across the internet. Now, we're going to talk about the weigh-in. We're going to talk a little bit more about that because I want to respond to some of the things that, once again, the Mexican fans have been saying about Shakur Stevenson when it comes to comparing him to Canelo Alvarez, of all people. We're going to get to that. So here's the question. Why is it when Shakur Stevenson is dedicating a video to me, These same Mexican fans that are now saying you're king, you're this and that, the cheater. First of all, they're making it very clear. When they say you're fighter, you're king, they're telling Shakur Stevenson, we don't rock with you. Despite all of the stuff that Shakur Stevenson said in defense of Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez, endorsing fighters like Tyson Fury for Boxer of the Year, endorsing fighters like Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez when it comes to Men's Fighter of the Year, making a video about me in defense of Bam Bam Rodriguez and Tyson Fury. Shakur Stevenson did all of this, and you guys are still not rocking with him? And when I say rocking with him, I don't mean treat him like Canelo Alvarez. I don't mean treat him like your favorite fighter. But I would expect them to show him some level of respect, knowing everything Shakur Stevenson has done to get their respect. When Shakur Stevenson made that video talking about me, these type of fans, they love the fact that Shakur did that. But now, once Shakur Stevenson is looking bad, not making weight, they're talking about, look at your king. Look at your fighter. Proving what I always tell you guys. When you're on the coincidental list, they don't like you personally. They only like what you say at the time. These comments and the way they're trashing Shakur Stevenson completely proves this. Like I told you guys, by way of contrast, Canelo Alvarez tested positive for steroids, and these same fans that are trashing Shakur, they defended Canelo Alvarez no matter what. If you go on the internet, what you will notice is the only time these type of fans ever support a black boxer or agree with something they say is if the black boxer is saying something about another black fighter or another black person in general, or if that black boxer is defending fighters that are not black, like Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez or Tyson Fury. You will seldomly ever see a comment from a Mexican fan supporting someone, agreeing with them because they said something that was positive about a black fighter, or because they posted something exposing racial double standards. These race fans, they were happy when Shakur said everything they wanted to hear, but yet at the same time, all of them are still going to be rooting against Shakur Stevenson today when he fights against Robson. Not because they're rooting for Robson, but it's because they're rooting against Shakur Stevenson because they look at Shakur Stevenson as a threat in the sport of boxing. They look at him as possibly becoming another Floyd Mayweather, another Roy Jones, another Andre Ward. And it's so crazy when you really look deeper into like the comments that they post on the internet when they say you're king, yours, yours, yours. The funny thing is when it comes to fighters like Manny Pacquiao, when it comes to fighters like Gennady Golovkin, Lomachenko, when it comes to Tyson Fury, Inoue, or anyone else on the hope list, they actually claim those fighters as their own. It's only when it comes to black fighters. And once again, even if the black fighter is using their exact same talking points, defending their favorite fighters, they still look at that fighter as the enemy, the rival, the adversary. We know what time it is. Now let's get back to the actual weigh-in. So you all know by now, Shakur Stevenson, he didn't make weight. I made a video about it. And in that video, what I said, one of the main things I said was, I would not expect this from Shakur Stevenson because expectations are set so high for Shakur Stevenson. When you think of Shakur, once again, you think he's on the level of a Floyd Mayweather, a Terrence Crawford, an Andre Ward, an Errol Spence. So in that video, once again, Mexican fans, they started to say, if this was Canelo Alvarez, you would have did this or you would have said that, keep the same energy, etc., etc., etc. Listen, just like I said to this guy right here, do you guys know when David Benavidez and Vergil Ortiz, when they didn't make weight, I didn't even make a video about it? You know why? Because just like I said in my Shakur Stevenson video, when it comes to Shakur, I don't expect him to miss weight. When it comes to other fighters that I don't see on the level of a Floyd, an Andre Ward, a Terrence Crawford, I expect a lot of those fighters to not be disciplined enough to make weight. My expectations are higher for Shakur Stevenson. which is why I made a video on this, because that was far more surprising, even though we knew that Shakur Stevenson was struggling and he had already talked about how hard it was to make weight and he was going to move up to 135. It's still surprising to see Shakur Stevenson not make weight. Now, something else I wanted to mention is, of course, some of the fans, they were saying, oh, what are you talking about? Floyd Mayweather, he didn't make weight when he fought against Marquez. Floyd did make weight when he fought against Juan Manuel Marquez. Remember, Floyd Mayweather, he was a welterweight. He made the welterweight limit. What Floyd Mayweather did not make was the catch weight to fight Juan Manuel Marquez. It's not the same thing as apples and oranges. When you are a lightweight, I expect you to come in at the lightweight limit. Junior lightweight, welterweight, whatever. I expect you to come in at the limit in that division. And as long as Floyd Mayweather has been boxing, in all the divisions that he's campaigned at, Floyd Mayweather has never missed weight in any of those divisions for any of those title fights. Floyd Mayweather has never lost his belts on the scale. And that was the point that I was making. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say Jamal Charlo, he agreed to fight David Benavidez. He wants the fight to be at a catch weight. He wants Benavidez to come down to 164. The night of the weigh-in or the morning of the weigh-in, David Benavidez, he comes down to 166 and he says, I cannot make 164. I wouldn't consider that missing weight because you have a super middleweight trying to come down in weight without draining himself at the same time. Moving on. Now I want to talk about all the Mexican fans that start comparing this situation to Canelo Alvarez. They start bringing up Canelo Alvarez's name. And once again, these are always the same fans that say they don't want to hear too much about Canelo Alvarez because it hurts their feelings. But now when we're talking about Shakur Stevenson, all the Mexican fans, at least a lot of them, are mentioning Canelo Alvarez's name. If it was Canelo that didn't make weight, oh, you would have trashed him. You would have did this. You would have did that. Once again, going back to my original point, I already said I expect more from Shakur Stevenson. But see, this is what the Canelo Alvarez fans don't understand. Whenever you just voluntarily bring up Canelo Alvarez's name in a video that has nothing to do with him, you're just going to make Canelo Alvarez look even worse because now you're forcing me to point out the dichotomy. I mean, comparing Shakur Stevenson to Canelo Alvarez, that's not even apples and oranges. That's apples and rocks. If you're going to compare some fighter to Canelo Alvarez, or you're looking for some black fighter in particular to compare Canelo Alvarez to, then it's going to have to be a fighter that tested positive for PEDs. It's going to have to be a fighter who said, I'm not going to fight against any Mexicans, or I'm not going to fight against any black fighters. Or I don't know if I'm going to give a rematch to the guy that just beat me decisively. And by the way, when I responded to these Canelo Alvarez fans, none of them responded back because they know they're going to be confronted with the truth. They come up with these ridiculous hypotheticals. If this was Canelo, if this, if that. When I'm exposing these racists, I can show you the racist stuff that they are doing right now. I don't have to leave it at, oh, if this were Canelo or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can actually show you what they say about a black fighter versus what they say about someone who's not black. I can show you the proof. I can show you the receipts. For example, I can show you comments of what they said when Canelo Alvarez tested positive for steroids, as opposed to what they're now saying about Shakur Stevenson not making weight. You guys seen one of the comments I put up for you. You heard one of them call Shakur Stevenson a cheater. And we know none of them called Canelo Alvarez a cheater when he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. I mean, if you think about it, all the stuff that Canelo Alvarez has done in the sport of boxing, would it really be that much of a surprise if he didn't make weight? No, it wouldn't be a surprise at all because he's done so much worse than that. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.